I wasn't planning to record today. I almost didn't. But something happened this week that reminded me why I keep coming back to this practice, why I keep drawing, writing, and showing up for the creative process. And it's this: sometimes the inner voice just has to speak. Earlier this week, I published a new piece on my Substack called Drawing from Within, part of a writing practice I used to call Morning Musings. It's a form of stream of consciousness journaling I've done for decades, but about 10 years ago, I set it aside. In its place, I developed a mindful drawing practice using the Zentangle method, which is abstract mark making that became its own kind of meditation. What I didn't expect was that this July, as I stepped back into writing again, something opened. I wrote one post and it resonated deeply. Readers responded. A journalist I don't even know shared it. And my brother, who's a pretty tough critic and a lawyer, told me it was really good and that it held his attention and that I was talented. I felt something shift. The next morning, I sat with my 10-minute drawing meditation practice, and I realized this is all part of the same path. Writing and drawing, line and language, both are ways to listen in. Both are ways to return to myself, and now I'm weaving them together. In my notes, I wrote something I wanted to share with you. I want to leave space for the unexpected, for the creative insight that doesn't wait for a pre-planned content slot. That kind of in the moment expression, that's what feeds the soul. It reminded me of a moment back in the 70s, 1970s, that is. My fiance and I went to Carnegie Hall to see Phil Oakes, the legendary political folk singer. We were expecting his old protest songs, but instead he showed up in a gold lame suit and looked like Elvis Presley. He smashed a window to get in and started singing 1950s rock and roll songs. The crowd was stunned and honestly not thrilled. But looking back, I realized that was creativity, raw, uncomfortable, and absolutely real. We're living through a time like that now. The world feels uncertain. We want predictability, but sometimes creative disruption is exactly what stirs us awake. That's why I'm letting this channel evolve, just like my process is evolving. Some weeks it may be a tutorial, other times a drawing meditation, or maybe it's just me right here sharing what's unfolding in real time. Next week, I'll be back with the finishing touches of our recent drawing project, adding color using a watercolor pencil technique. But today, this was what needed to come through. If any of this resonates, I invite you to follow along here and on Substack. I write under the name Drawing from Within, and I'll link the post below. If you'd like to read it. And if you're feeling something stirring inside, a project, a change, a return to something you love, maybe this is your invitation to listen. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you soon.